Alright guys, welcome back. We're down here at the 100-yard line, shooting the 6.5 Creedmoor, starting the powder test for the 142 SMKs. So yeah, this is my setup now. Got the old chronograph, ready to read some velocities and SDs. I got my cord hooked up, and I'm probably going to put it on that side. So the first time, I'm just going to have to read, the SDs and velocity, well, yeah, SDs and velocities out to you guys. And I'm going to write them in my book as well, you know, and go from there. If I find a better way to allow you guys to see both, when I'm editing, I may be able to stick the screen on the editing. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But I may just end up in editing writing it down on the screen. But yeah, that's probably what will end up happening. If I can find an easy way to put the actual screen from the phone or from the chronograph, then I'll do that. But so yeah, let's get this going here. All right, guys. The first two bullets we're going to be firing are pressure test loads. They're the Fowlers, but they're also pressure tests. They're 42.7 and 43.0 are the first two. So they're kind of doing two things at once. They're fouling or heating up my barrel and finishing off that pressure test we did back a few videos ago, and we weren't able to find pressure. So let's start off with 42.7. I'm just going to put these into a random top dot. The chronograph is ready to go. Alright. Now the skies are blackening a little bit, so I may have to pick right up. I don't know. We'll find out. It's the way it works every time. Alright, didn't get a reading, so the chronograph is a little too close. Let me rearrange it. Alright guys, I didn't get a reading off that one. I don't see any pressure signs, so I'm going to shoot the last one, last Fowler, and this one's 43 grains even, and hopefully we can catch this one. Alright, 28.26 is what that's reading for velocity, but it's not coming to my phone, so. And with 23 grains, I'm finally starting to get a little bit of swipe. Primer is still rounded on all edges. Yeah, so minuscule signs. Alright, so that was 28.26. Alright, I gotta see if that can be plugged in better. Alright, I don't know if I fixed it or not. I'm getting readings on the chronograph, but let's see if I'm getting readings on my phone. If I can't get the readings on my phone, then I'm not going to be able to give you the SDs. I'm just going to be able to do velocity, I guess. Alright, let's give this a shot here. 40 grains, first dot. No reading. Let me set it up a little bit further away. Try that. Alright, let's try that. I think it says, I think about 3 feet away is best, which I'm about there now. I was a little bit close, so I'm about 3 feet now. So, let me make sure I'm not gonna hit the chronograph now. Alright, let's try that. Oh, come on now. Nope, no reading. You know, this is a very overcast day, and it does say take off the sunshade, so you know what? I'm going to do that. try that. Well, group's looking pretty good down there so far. No, didn't get any reading whatsoever on that one. Let's see if I can't fix something here. Alright, let me try that. I leveled it out a little bit better. Let's try that. So 40 grains ain't gonna get any data at all. So let's go to 40.3. All I really care about is groups. Now, I was using this with the 223 earlier, the chronograph, and it was working flawlessly. So, could be because of the cloudy day. I'm not sure. It says it works better with not a lot of sunshine, so. Hold on, I gotta move it to the left a little bit. Gotta make sure I'm not gonna hit the damn chronograph. Alright, let's try that. That first group looks good. Alright, 2690. Still didn't read on the phone though. Alright guys, I figured it out I think. So when you get the Caldwell app, all the permissions are set to off on your phone. So you got to go into the app and accept, hit yes, permitting it to use your microphone and all that good stuff. So I think I figured it out. I haven't shot it yet, but it says armed now and looks like it's gonna work. So let's give this a shot. Hopefully this is it. Alright, so we're still on the second group. We got 2 bullets left. Hopefully we can get some readings off these. Alright. Alright, second dot over. There we go. 2683. Alright. Last bullet. And we'll save that group. $26.64. I got a standard deviation of 1344. Oh good, I can just write down the averages. I'm not going to write down, oh yeah, I'll do all of it I guess. Average will be the last one, 26.73 on those 2 bullets. Alright, so as long as I get the standard deviation, all 3 of my velocities, and the average, and spread, is that extreme spread I think? That's 19. Alright, I'll get extreme spread as well. Alright, so next group is 40.6. So the last readings was only for 2 bullets, so let's see if we can't get a full reading this time. Barrel is good. Alright. Alright, 40.6, third dot over. Chronograph is armed. $27.14. 2727. Oh, forgot to put the safety on. That's alright. Okay, so that was a double, 2727. Standard deviation of 7.51. 3 shots. Got recorded. And extreme spread of 13. Oh, average. 2722 was average. Alright, yeah, extreme spread was 13. Alright, I don't really actually have to write these down because it's all recorded, and when I save the group, it's good to go, so. But I will write them down, I guess. Alright, next. Cases look good. Yeah, next is 40.9. Barrel is just starting to get warm. Alright, fourth thought over. 1, 2, 3, yeah, fourth thought over. 40.9. 2738. These velocities are starting to creep up, I think. Well, we'll see. We'll see. I may have to end up pulling some bullets. I don't know. The brass still looks good. No swipes. Rounded edges. Good to go. $27.49. Primers are good. $27.56. Alright. Average of 27.47. Standard deviation of 9.07. And spread of 18. Alright, I'm going to run down, check on the camera, let this barrel cool for a minute. We are 41.2 next. Brass still all looks good. Alright, I checked on the camera. Everything's good downrange. Yeah, it's okay. It's still a little warm, but it's cooled down a little bit. Perfect day for shooting, really. No wind, no nothing, but also when you get no wind, you get really no cooling of the barrel unless you wait hours, and I'm afraid if I do that, I'll be getting poured on anyways. Alright, so let's go to 41.2. Alright. 27.51. 2756. Oh, I'm getting eaten alive. Primers look good. Everything else looks pretty good. And 2752. Standard deviation of 2.65 and extreme spread of 5. I think that's a pretty damn good standard deviation. Like I said, I'm pretty new to a lot of this. Well, I'm not new to shooting, but chronograph stuff, you know, I've never owned one, so I know lower the standard deviation the better, is what I've always been told. And I know what all of it means, but all right, next group. All right, 41.5. Oh, I gotta save that last group. $27.72. Everything looks pretty good. Now, I'm not sure the absolute max velocity, you know, Creedmoor can handle, but I know upper 2800s is where I would probably want to stop. $27.64. I can still hold my hand on the barrel, that's not too bad. Everything looks good, no swipes, round primers. 27.79. Alright, average velocity 27.71. Standard deviation of 7.51, 7.51, and extreme spread of 15. Alright, next is 41.8. Alright, 41.8. Last group on that row, and then I put 2 dots below this row. Alright, arm the chronograph. Primers look good, no ejector swipe. 27.94. Brass looks good. 2800 even. Yep, everything looks good on the brass. And that was 2804. Alright, average of 27.99. Standard deviation of 5.03. Extreme spread of 10. Barrel is warm. I got 2 more groups to do. We'll try and get them done. Next is 42.1 grains. Alright. Brass looks good. 2731. Oh, that one was a little low. $27.73. Yeah, this standard deviation is going to be awful. Maybe I fucked up on loading? I don't know. $27.73. I think I've been pretty consistent though with all the groups so far. We'll see what this standard... So standard deviation with just the first two was 29.70. Yeah. That's bad. 29.70. Ouch. So that probably is a fuck up loading, because I think these numbers have been good right along. Like I said, I'm new to a chronograph, so I don't know. Ah, I'm getting fucking bit. Alright. $27.38. Yeah, so the first and the last one is about the same. Alright, so we had an average of 27.47, standard deviation of 22.50, ouch, and a spread of 42 feet per second. Wow. Well, that's gross. Well, hopefully we end on a good note. Last one, 42.4. Last case for that group. Alright, yeah. Nope, everything looks good. The center of the primer's just starting to get a little flat spot on it, but edges are all rounded. Maybe just starting to see a slight ejector swipe. Last group. Alright, I can still hold my hand on the barrel, but it's hot. Yeah, that's about as long as I can hold it right there. So it's hot, but I got to get through this. It's not dangerous hot, or yeah, towards the action I can hold it all day long. So just towards the right there in the middle, the hottest part. All right, last group. 42.4. Arm the chronograph. Primer looks good. And no shiny spots. 2809. $28.03. Last bullet. And $28.19. That last bullet kind of fucked up this last SD, but $28.19. An average of 28.10, a standard deviation of 8.08, and extreme spread of 16. Yeah, 16. And that brass looked good. Alright guys, I'm going to save that group and I'll get picked up and I'll see you guys back at the bench. Alright guys, this is the brass. We're back up at the bench here. Brass all looks pretty good. So I'm noticing a minor swipe at the very top end, which the top end was 42.4. I don't know if I can get you guys to see this or not. Probably not. So right at the top of my fingernail, right there, there's a little starting to be kind of swipe from there to over here. So it just goes just a little like a little rainbow swipe, basically. As you can see, the primer's still rounded on the edge there. You can see the primer just starting to get flat, but the edges are still rounded. So I think I would stop there anyways. Now, like you guys saw, I did bring it up to 43 grains, which was this isn't an average because for the first Fowler at 27, or pressure test / Fowler shot, I didn't get a muzzle velocity. I did on the 43 grain one, which was a second kind of Fowler shot, and that one left just a little bit of that same rainbow swipe as well. But as you can tell, the primer's still rounded on the edge, just starting to get that little bit of flat surface there. Oh, actually right there you can probably see it, that little bit of a rainbow there at the edge. Yeah, either way. So yeah, that was the second Fowler shot, which was a pressure test, bringing it up to 43 grains even, and that was a velocity of 28.26. Not an average, but that was the shot. Well, you can't get an average of 1 anyways. Duh. But, so yeah, that is, that's the brass. All looks pretty good. I wouldn't go up any higher anyways, so we're gonna leave it at that. Now, real quick, I did figure out the chronograph. So if anybody gets that Caldwell chronograph, that's why I wasn't getting any readings. It had nothing to do with the chronograph. The chronograph actually worked flawlessly after I fixed this, and I'm loving it. So when you install the app, a lot of apps, when you install it and enter into it, immediately will say permissions, go into permissions, and you have to accept, allow them to use your microphone and files, camera and blah blah blah. Well, this app doesn't do that, or it didn't for me, and I did look up a YouTube video and they said you have to physically go in and do it. So you just got to go into your app settings and go from there. Go into your app settings, go into permission, and then make sure you accept all the permissions for the app. Really, I think you only need the microphone, maybe camera and microphone, because you can actually take a picture of the group and enter in the group size. But so yeah, but I just accepted all of it, and it worked flawlessly after that. So just wanted to let you guys know. In the beginning of the video, it's going to look like that chronograph is garbage, and I was thinking it kind of was. But yeah, no, it's actually really good. Once I got it about 3 feet away from the muzzle, so it wasn't blasting it all to hell. And another thing I tried, I leveled the chronograph off a little bit, and yeah, as soon as I accepted the app permissions, though, it worked. So I don't know if the other stuff was even holding it back. But the app permissions definitely were, because it couldn't do anything. Because I was getting readings on the actual chronograph, but on the chronograph itself, you can't get the SD, or there's no buttons, so you can't flip through all the, all the stuff. So yeah, the only way you can get your SD, extreme spread, and average muzzle velocity, or average feet per second, is from the phone. It will give you each shot, it will give you, every time you shoot over it on the chronograph, it will give you a feet per second for every bullet, and then you can kind of do your own calculations. But if you want to do it the easy way, then it works great with the phone. So just wanted to throw that in there. Alright, we'll look at the groups next. Alright guys, taking a look at the groups now. So the first group didn't get any data at all with the chronograph, because I was a dumbass, like I just said. Well, not a dumbass, I just didn't really know. And none of the permissions were accepted, so it couldn't use my, couldn't use any of my, couldn't use anything it needed, like the microphone and camera and all that. So, first one didn't get anything, but I'll measure the group for you. middle to middle is about 0.6. Oh, where are you guys? 0.618. Now, yet again, I'm going to put all these on my channel. I use Ballistic X group calculator. I don't know if it's called that. It's just called Ballistic X, I think. But I use that app to calculate the groups, and they'll all be on my shorts anyways, as you guys have seen. So next one is 40.3, and we started getting readings there. It was the last two bullets I got on that one because I didn't figure out the whole permissions thing until after the first group and after the last two bullets on the second group we did. So this one only picked up 2 bullets, or 2 shots, and the average for that was 2673, standard deviation of 13, and a spread of 19. Sorry guys, I'm trying to work quick here. So this one, so 2 are through that bottom hole, and then you got 1 in the top, and that's looking like 0.342-ish. Now all the groups that I put on the channel are going to be a little different, just a little bit less or a little bit more, just because the solver is going to be a little bit different. This is just a rough group calculation. Alright, so now we started getting all 3 from here on out, the data on the chronograph. Alright, so all 3 of these was 2722 average feet per second, standard deviation of 7.51, and a extreme spread of 13. And yet again, 2 are through this bottom one. Man, those 2 groups right there look almost identical. So 2 bullets through the bottom hole, and the single one up at the top. This group looks a little bit bigger, so middle to middle is about 0.414. Oh, where are you? There you are. Next group, 40.9. So that's the 3rd group on the chronograph, at least. So the average feet per second was 2747, standard deviation of 9.07, and an extreme spread of 18. And it's looking like these 2 are the furthest bullets away. So right about there, 0.599 it looks like, right around there. Next is 41.2. Can you guys see that? I think you can. Which is the 4th group in the chronograph. Alright, so the average feet per second is 2753. Standard deviation is a 2.65. Oh, gorgeous. And a extreme spread of 5 feet per second. So this is very consistent ammo right here. And looks like the group is about middle to middle, 0.559. Alright, next is the 41.5. Oh, let's get you over here so you can see the next 2. Alright, so that should be the 5th group, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yep. So average feet per second is 2771, standard deviation of 7.51, and an extreme spread of 15, which the group is right about there. So looks like, oh, can you guys see that? Yeah, 0.685 for that group. The 6th group is 41.8 grains. So a average feet per second of 2799, standard deviation of 5.03, and an extreme spread of 10. And that group is almost identical to the other one. Middle to middle, 0.6, where are you? There we go. 0.692. Alright, back to the last two here. 42.1 and 42.4, which is group 7 and 8. Alright, so group 7 is average feet per second, 2747, a standard deviation of 22.50, so this is the ugly one. Shot 1 and shot 3 were almost identical. 2731 and shot 3 was 2738. It's just that middle one. Shot 2 is an outlier, which is 2773, so that jumped up quite a bit. So yeah, the standard deviation was 2250, 0.50, and extreme spread of extreme spread of 42. And middle to middle is about there, it looks like. So a 0.790 is what it looks like. That whole group fits in definitely in the if you move it into the inch circle, it definitely fits into the inch circle. So, all right, and last group, 42. I don't gotta move you. You guys can see it. So group number 8. All right, average feet per second of 2810, standard deviation of 8.08, and an extreme spread of 16. And group size on that, center to center, is about 0.637. So yeah, that's it, guys. My takeaway from this is looks really good. My big takeaway from this is my ammo is actually, I'm making some pretty good ammo. I've known that from group size, you know, throughout my shooting, but the chronograph really shows to you, you know, all the nitty-gritty stuff. Like, your extreme spread is really nice to have, knowing how accurate your powder charge is, really, because that's basically what that's saying is, you know, you're not going crazy on powder from one to the other bullet, you know. The velocity is staying very, very similar. So yeah, everything looks good. If I had to pick one right now, to be all honest, it all looks really, really good. 40.3, 40.6 looks really similar. And which one was the really good standard deviation? Was 41.2. So that one right there was the 2.65 standard deviation right there. And a extreme spread of 5. That's insane. That's really good. A lot of people have a hard time getting into the single digits, so it's on standard deviation. So I'm happy. I'm really happy with this. First time using a chronograph. First time putting my hand loads over a chronograph. So yeah, it's nice. So I'll contemplate this, look it over a little bit more, kind of pick out an area to do a seating depth test on. And I'll listen to you guys' comments as well, see what you guys think on which area I should explore, and we'll go from there. I appreciate everything you guys do. If you guys can, hit the like on this, you know, subscribe. I would appreciate all of that, and I will see you guys in the next one.